guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Marta and I'm so happy to have you here. Today I'm gonna be showing you step by step how I did this makeup look. In case you want to recreate it, I'll be showing you all of the products and giving some tips and tricks in case you're a beginner, so it can be easy for you to recreate. So if you want to see how I did it, then just keep on watching. Oh, first leave a lot of star emojis in the comments below if you like this look. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to start off with the eyeshadows first. I'm going to clean the bottom of my eyebrows using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and the brush is from Anastasia number 18. You can use a concealer like 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone, and I like cleaning the eyebrows from the bottom because it just gives it a better form and it just looks a lot nicer. To me, it makes a big difference when I do this. I'm also going to be using this concealer as a primer for my eyeshadows, so I'm applying a little more on my eyelid and blending it out with the e.l.f. Cosmetics sponge. You want to make sure everything's blended out nice, the tone is even on the eyelid. That way the eyeshadows can also apply really nice. Then I'm gonna set it with the Maybelline Fit Me Press powder, and the brush is from Profusion. You can also use translucent powder or a matte eyeshadow that's the same shade as your skin tone, or as a concealer you used if you use a concealer. And I wanted to set the concealer because the first eyeshadow that I'm gonna be applying has a lot of pigmentation and it's a dark color, so setting the concealer is gonna help me to blend out the eyeshadows a bit easier. So if you're a beginner, I highly recommend this step. And I wanted to do the eyeshadows first because I'm going to be using a tape on the outer part, and for this style of eyeshadows, it's a must. It's going to help you a lot, trust me, and it's going to look really nice. And for today, I'm going to be using this eyeshadow palette from Beauty Creations and Luis Torres. And first, I'm going to grab this eyeshadow right here with the brush is from Profusion number ES6. And as you can see, this eyeshadow is above the crease. Like when I'm looking straight forward, I'm closing my eyes, looking down, whatever, it does not move because it's not on the crease or on my eyelid. It's above the crease. But I'm going to start by applying it just a little bit above the crease because you always want to start a little bit lower than where you want the eyeshadow to look blended out, because once you start blending out the eyeshadow, it is going to move a little bit higher. It's going to look blended, but it's going to move a little bit higher. So if you're a beginner, it's better if you just start a little bit lower because it's easier to just keep adding more layers if you want it higher, darker, dramatic. But if you start by applying it too high and you blend it out and it moves even higher, it's going to be hard to fix that. So yeah, I recommend if you start a little bit lower. I am applying a few layers so the tone can be even and the shade a little darker. And I started by applying it from the inner corner to the outer corner, so you can see it goes from like corner to corner, kind of looks like a rainbow. Now to blend it out, you can see the other eye that the eyeshadow goes from the inner corner to the outer corner. Once it hits the outer corner right there, that's where I start extending it towards the tail of the eyebrow, so it gives it like a little curve up towards the eyebrow. So starting from the corner of the eye, but just, you know, where the my crease ends, that's where I'm gonna start extending it. And then I start by doing this little curve right there, not too much, like you don't want it to look like a U, of course, but just like curve it up a little bit and then just extend it. And it depends how dramatic you want the eyeshadows to be. But like I said, start with something small and simple, and then you can just keep adding more layers. And you also want the edge of the cut crease to go above your crease, so you want this eyeshadow to go even higher than that. So make sure that the color is visible when you are looking straight forward. Now for the cut crease, I'm going to be using this eye primer from Anastasia. The brush is also Anastasia number 18. And I'm going to start with the little dot right above the roots of my eyelashes, right on the center. And then I'm going to look up and you can see that it transfers above my crease. This just helps me to make sure that both eyes are even, like both cut creases are even. So I know where to create the cut crease. And like I said, you want this to go above the crease, so it helps if you keep looking straight forward. That way it does not move when you like move your eyes. You know, when you close your eyes or looking down or whatever, it should not move on your crease. It has to go above your crease. That's what's gonna help make your eyes look a little bit bigger, and the eyeshadows are gonna stand out more. And then again for this right here, right when I hit the corner of my the outer corner of my eye, that's where I'm gonna again do like a little curve and then extend it towards the tail of the eyebrow. Right here, it's also important to start with something small because a creamy concealer, it's gonna be hard to fix if you extend it too much or do it a little too high. So you wanna start with something small and slowly start extending it a little bit more, and it helps a lot for the edge to come out really nice if you stretch your eyelid by lifting up the eyebrow and also using a very flat brush. That's what helps me a lot, and I feel like it's very important. And I just apply more of the primer on the rest of my eyelid. Now from the same eyeshadow palette, I'm gonna mix these two eyeshadows right here. I don't want it to be too brown, so I decided to mix it with the yellow, and I feel like the shade was perfect. I really loved it. And I'm just using the Glam brush to set the primer, make sure it's still a bit creamy. That way the tone of the eyeshadow can apply even and not look chalky. So you wanna do this kind of quick to set the primer. I'm just gonna leave that little space right by the edge of the cut crease because I want that to be white. But the other way to do this is just, you know, to use the same eyeshadow, set everything, but if you have white eyeliner, then you can obviously use that to later apply on the edge of the cut crease. But since I don't have white eyeliner, I decided to do it like this. And it's honestly very easy. Just leave that little gap right there and then later on set it with a white eyeshadow, or you can also use translucent powder, but just like, you know, as long as you set it with the light shade, it's gonna look good. And I'm using a very small pencil brush to apply the white eyeshadow. And for the eyeliner, I'm going to use the liquid eyeliner pen from LA Girl, and I'm just going to do a very simple liner just on the outer part of my eye. I'm not going to apply anything on the inner corner, and on the center, I'm just going to do a very thin line, and then towards the outer part of my eye, I'm going to do it a little bit thicker, and then it depends how dramatic you want the eyeliner to be. But if you do have the tape, it's also going to be so easy to do an eyeliner, especially if you just want something simple, something small. Having the tape right there is going to help you so much. Now all I have on my face right now is moisturizer, which you don't want to skip that. And I'm not going to apply a primer, I'm going to go straight into the foundation. I'm going to be using this one from Glam Skinfinite Hydrating Foundation. If you guys don't know this one is one of my favorites. It's super affordable. I already put some on the back of my hand, and I grabbed some with this little brush from Milk Makeup. And I like how it has great coverage, but it still leaves your skin looking kind of like natural, like it doesn't look cakey, you know, and it just covers everything up really good. I feel like if you want to have that no makeup look, you need a little bit of coverage all over your face, you want to use this foundation. I feel like it's perfect for that. Obviously, you know, just don't use too much, just a little bit, because it has great coverage, but it still looks really nice. As always, I'm going to avoid applying the foundation under my eyes because I just want the concealer right there. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but for my eyebrows today, I decided to pluck them a little bit more on this side over here, just to kind of make them a little bit more straight than curvy, because my natural eyebrows, when I do them, they're a little more curvy. But for today's makeup, I wanted the eyeshadow to go like this way up here, so the eyebrows had to go, you know, a little more straight. I think I applied a little bit more of the brown eyeshadow on this eye over here, and I'm just looking at that right now. It's like a bit thicker on this side than this side, and I can't tell. I mean, I can see it, but I don't know if it's like a big difference, like if you can see it right away. Can you see it right away? I don't know. I might fix that because that's bothering me now. I don't know. Okay, for the concealer, I'm going to be using this one from Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This one's in a shade Sand, or Light, I think, because I also use Sand. But this one's in a shade Light. And I'm going to blend that out with the e.l.f. Cosmetics sponge. And the sponge is wet just because it blends out the concealer a lot easier. And I'm just trying to blend this out under my eyes so it can be nice and bright in that area. And of course, to set the under eyes, I'm going to be using this loose powder from Airspun. I'm going to use the same sponge, just the other side of the sponge. I like to grab some of that loose powder on that flat side of the sponge, and then I go like this. Just not to remove everything, obviously, but just so I can apply an even layer under my eyes, a very thin layer. And I apply most of it under my eyes, and then the rest like on the side over here. And also the side of my nose. Then I like to grab a big brush. This one's from Milk Makeup, and I remove the excess powder very lightly. I know I don't leave it there too long. I just like literally set the eyes and then kind of remove it right away. Just because I don't feel the need of leaving it there. And then with whatever the brush grabbed, whatever powder it grabbed, I just use that to set the rest of my face, which is just obviously a little bit like almost nothing that it grabbed, but I don't like my face to look too powdery. I feel like this does something, you know, like it sets the rest of my face, because I just want a little bit. And this is all the powder I apply on my whole face. Then I'm gonna grab this powder bronzer from Too Faced, and I'm gonna be applying it with this little brush. When I apply the bronzer, I like to do this just because it's a bit weird, but I can see the natural shadow right here. And that's where I apply most of the bronzer, but just on this area right here. And then with whatever's left on the brush, I like to blend it out going down like this way, not down. You never want to apply the bronzer under that, the natural shadow right there. You want to leave it there and then blend it up like this. And I'm gonna blend it out like towards my mouth a little bit, not too much. And then with just a little bit of the bronzer. And then also I go up here by my temples and then on my forehead. And I decided to put a little bit of bronzer on my nose too. I don't do that often, but I want to do it for today's makeup. I'm gonna grab this with this little brush. This one's Anastasia's number 810 brush. And I literally like to just do a line on each side of my nose and then on the bottom part. And when I apply it right here, I do like a V kind of like this, leaving this area just a little dot right here empty. I feel like applying the bronzer right here is what helps make it look like smaller from there and then like lift it a little. I don't know. For the blush, I'm gonna be using this one from Too Faced. It has a little shimmer to it, and then I'm gonna be applying it with this brush from Anastasia number 822. Normally when I apply a lot of eyeshadow, like it's like something dramatic, I don't like to apply pink blush, so something that's like stands out a lot, a blush that stands out a lot. But since the eyeshadows are, you know, brown, I thought it would be cute to have a pink blush. And I love that, you know, like I said, it has a glow, but I don't know if you guys can see it from like far like that, but it has a very like subtle glow and it looks super cute. I was gonna continue on the eyeshadows, like applying eyeshadow on the lower lash line, but I feel like it looks really cute just like this, like not even mascara on my lower lashes. I don't know, sometimes I like this, like just the top and nothing on the bottom, but sometimes I feel like it's necessary because it looks weird without, like even mascara, without mascara. But I don't know, I'm liking the eyeshadows like this. I don't know, what do you think? I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Before I forget, I'm going to apply the clear brow gel. This one's from Wet n Wild, and I don't want my brows to be moving throughout the day. I want them to stay how I want them, which is a little bit kind of feathery. You know, they need to stay like that all day, and they're not gonna stay like that if I don't apply clear brow gel, so this is a must. Okay, so now for the lips, I'm going to be applying this lip eyeliner from Anastasia. This one's in the shade Caramel. I actually forgot I had this shade from Anastasia. This one's in the shade Warm Taupe. It's pretty much the same color as a lip liner, but I'm going to apply this all over. It's exactly the same. Last thing, just setting spray. I'm going to be applying the one from Rare Beauty. Oh, it smells so good. And this is the final look. Let me know in the comments below what you think. I really hope you guys liked it. If you did, and if this tutorial was helpful, please share this video with your friends and your family. Don't forget to leave a like and leave a lot of stars in the comments below. And thank you all so much for your love and your support. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!